What's up, y'all? Shit. Not much. Y'all know me doing me. Hey, listen, you know I don't talk that much, man. You see? I don't say too much. Only thing I do is bear witness to the things that's given to me. You understand me? I know you do. What say now? All right. You know, I only bear witness to the things that's given to me. Yes, sir. I can feel it. Oh, hell no. Yeah. Man, I'm trying to tell you something, boy. You know, one thing that I always do in my videos, you see, just in life, period, you see, is I try to give people two poles. I'll give them left, I'll give them right. You see, I try to give people enough time to think. You see, because see, oftentimes when you say certain things to people, you know, listen. I know that the higher mind is brilliant and it's extensive. You see, and you know it's brilliant and it's extensive, and the way the people are right now, the way the people are and how they think, you see, they come from these texts. And listen, like I said before, I'm not knocking the text. I'm not knocking the text. I'm not knocking what you believe and all this other type of whatever, however it may be. I'm not knocking none of that. But give yourself a chance to tap into your own essence. That's all I've been trying to say. Just give yourself a chance to tap into your own essence, because you're gonna need this. You're gonna need those frequencies, man. You understand? You're gonna need those frequencies to be coherent. Hell, by next year. You see, it's happening right now as we're speaking. You see, it's happening right now as we're speaking. You know what I'm saying? We're going through this thing, through this tunnel, through these waves. You see? And there's a lot of things that's being promoted and being pushed in your favor out here. But you don't know, and those that are making these things happen, they can't share it with you because they know what you're under. You see? They know what you're under. You see? They can't share certain things. Sorry to say, it's sad to say, but they can't share certain things with people that look like you and I. You see, you got some real people who's really down, but you will meet them later on. You see, you'll meet them later on. But you can't run it, you can't meet them, or can't roll with them in this present right now. Hey, what's up, man? Yeah. You can't roll verbally with these beings in this hour. You see, you can't. Because see what it is, you can, but you don't know who they rolling with. You don't know how much negative they have and how much positive they have. You see, because these beings that I'm talking about, they carry both poles. They grab those negatives. They grab those negatives too. You see, they don't run away from the motherfucking negative. Those negatives help them. You see, and then you got the head motherfuckers that's negative. You know what I'm saying? They got these little positive slaves going all around here. You see? They got positive slaves, these negative heads. You see, positive slaves that's controlling your pose. You see, that's controlling you. You see, you're being controlled by the negative. Shit, hey, you know, that's what it seemed like. Nah, I gotta stop. I want to talk exact. I want to talk exact. But goddamn it, I know where the fuck I am. You see, I just want people to think, because like I keep saying in some of my videos, that the cell has already been placed in you. All you have to do is just listen for the ignition. The ignition, when you hear the ignition, you're going to hear it, because the first thing it's going to do, you're going to get a spike like, oh, you see? And then your natural mind or your cardinal mind, or the mind that that they gave you, the first thing that's going to happen is you're going to try to diffuse that. In some cases, you will. You'll find something that will dissimulate what you've just felt. You see? And it was only a word or two. And all the things I probably said, it was only a word or two, and that's all you needed. You see? But you can't do it. You're not allowed. You're not allowed. You see, you're not allowed. You know, you have receptors in your brain. You see, I keep telling y'all, you just understand what amplitude modulation is and what frequency modulation is. You see? See what you're working with. See what you're working with. You see? What if I'm gonna give you a little secret? I'll give you a little secret. What if your frequencies was based on your weight? You understand? That's how they track you. You see? Now you have to figure out, is this frequency modulation or amplitude modulation? You got to understand it's based on your weight, the weight of your body, what you're consuming, all the things that you're eating, all that is a factor. You literally can map and dial into your own frequency. And when you dial into that frequency, something that's connected to that frequency will call upon you. You see? Something that's connected to that frequency that you dial in will call upon you. You see? Because what you're looking for a lock. You see, you're looking for them to lock you in. You see, you're looking for them to lock you in. Now, see, if I was a Christian, I would say, well, I'm looking for Jesus Christ to lock me in. If you do this, Jesus Christ will lock you in. If I do this, you know what I'm saying? Yes, Jesus will do this. You see, but when you don't say these names, you're talking about the devil, you're talking about all these things, you just keep on spitting your shit. Listen to what I'm saying to you. You just keep on spitting. You don't got to say nothing. You don't have to say nothing, because your heart is talking. You see, listen to your heart. And when people try to deflect you from what they read and say that your heart is evil, you give them the middle finger. And if they're around you, you shoot them in their goddamn feet. You see, you shoot them in the goddamn feet. You see what I'm saying? Because they're not being specific. They're not being specific on what they're talking about. You see? They're not talking real. You see, they're not talking real. They're talking from a manual. They're talking from a book. You see? When did it become wicked? How did that wickedness manifest in my life? What if I was appointed to go inside of the house of wickedness? You see? Did you know there's people like that? That's appointed to do certain things? And all their jewels will come after they finish the goddamn course. Then you got to figure out, why was they chosen to go through that particular door? And oftentimes you don't even Oftentimes you don't even have to worry about why. You see, all you have to do is pay attention to your essence. Pay attention to your essence and be close, very close to what's out here that's trying to talk to you and your children. You see, that video that I made a while back, a couple of years ago, you see, when the brother was saying, I forgot his name, man, dang. But he was reciting some Arabic, you see, and he spoke of shaitan. You know what I'm saying? This shaitan is what most Muslims call Hasatan or Satan, you see. But anyway, these bodies came to your brother, okay? Negative and positive. You see, negative and positive. Both of them came, you see, but they were one. They were one, you see, but they came to your brother, you see. Now one may say, well, why would they come? Why would they come to you? You're nobody, you're nothing. You know, you could barely talk. You could barely speak. You don't have an education. You're dirty, you're foul. You see? But what they don't know is some of us are stamped from the day we were born. And some of us fell into these creeks. You see? Fell into these creeks. They washed us in their bullshit. You see? And then you fall into another creek. They'll wash you in their bullshit. You fall into another creek, you'll wash you in your bullshit. Everybody's washing you in these motherfucking creeks. And then all of a sudden, something hit you. You see? All of a sudden something hit you and you say to yourself, damn, I got the fucking keys to all these damn doors through water. Dirty water. You see? You see? Can you imagine somebody being hella clean, ain't never went through this shit, but they trying to tell you something from a book and then they call it wisdom and knowledge and all this other type of shit, but ain't the goddamn thing changed. The only thing that's changing is the people that's inside of their environment. They're the only ones changing. But the masses ain't changing. The masses are staying the same. The masses are still congested. Why is that? Why is that? Because you only got one God. You see? You see? One God and one Father. You see? And he's a unit. A big ass body. You see? And the only thing you have to do, you see, is tap into their body. And if you don't know how to tap into their body, I would really advise you, don't even pretend like you knowing some shit. You see? Because you're going to be challenged, you see, in your next world. You see, in your next world, you're going to be challenged with all these things, all these bodies, all these things that you say that you love, that you say that you believe in. All these things, you're going to be challenged. You see, you're going to be tested. You see? Tested, not by something else. You're going to be tested by your essence. Have you ever been tested by your essence? Do you know what that feel like? To be tested by your soul and your spirit? You know what that shit feel like? You see? Listen. I'm trying to talk. The reason why I'm talking to you, man, is that, you know, we're in a time frame right now that you have mass people that's blind and they're educated. They have everything that you feel like you want, any type of desires you want, they got it all, man. They got anything that you could ever possibly need to get you up and to help you go to the next level. They got it all. But guess what? They got it. You see? They got it. You don't have it. And you will never have it. As long as it's in their hands, you will never have it. because you have to have money like them to trade with, you see, or something, or you got to be a good student out here of, not a good student. You have to be a healthy cow. Put it like that. You got to be a healthy cow, you see, in order to do the work. I mean, in order to get something from these beings, they have all this knowledge and wisdom and things, you see. So if that's true, if you have to pay for knowledge, all you have to do is give that shit a middle finger, the middle finger. Just, I don't give a fuck how good they sound. And listen, it doesn't matter how good they sound. I don't care if they touch your toes and make you, sound so good and make you piss on yourself. Listen, I don't care. Listen. You literally are going to have to tap into yourself and trust that there's nothing greater than that higher mind out here. You see, nothing greater than that higher mind out here. Don't let these people call you a heathen. Don't let these people call you infidels. Don't let them say, listen, you just study. You study yourself. Study yourself at 110%. And if you got more room, hit that 200%. You see, lock yourself into your essence. Lock yourself into every darn thing that you know that's real. Well, see, that's another thing. That's another thing. They created your realism. You see? So if they created your realism, you're gonna have a big problem because you're gonna have to re-educate yourself. You're gonna have to relearn. You see? You're gonna have to relearn everything, bro. Plain and simple. You see, but listen, if that's your objective, go forward. Don't stop. No one have to know what you're doing. That means your eyes are peeled and your ears are up and you're listening and you're paying attention. You understand me? You're listening and you're paying attention. And that's good enough. You see? That's good enough. Just keep it going. They don't have to know. I don't give a damn if you're amongst one of these organizations. Listen deep. You have to listen deep. Listen deep to the things that they're saying. Then stop and ask yourself, where am I? Where am I? Did I come to the world to be instructed? Or did the Most High create me in his image? You see, did he create me in his image? What is the image of the Most High? Is it what he looked like? You see? What is the image? First of all, open up the word or look at the etymology of that word. And then when you do that, check out the values of the word that you spoke, the word called image, okay? You check out the value of that word. I'm trying to talk to you. You see, listen. You do not have to bow down to these things out here. You see, the only thing you have to remember is all the things since they hand you this Bible, hand you the Quran, hand you all these other books, you know what I'm saying? These doctrines of devils. All you have to do is hold your ground and listen. Don't be afraid. Just listen to how they talk. And then ask yourself, where are you? Where are you at? In that. In what they're saying. Where are you? You see, where are you? Because all those books, all that shit, we still asking for permission. We're still asking for their help. You see, if a child down there and she has a baby and she's getting handouts, they call it handouts, she's getting assistance from the government, subsidies from the government, they'll ridicule her and call it handouts. You see, they'll call it handouts. If the old man down there, if he's getting some type of shit, you see, They'll call it subsidies. Handouts. But when they're politicians or all these other motherfuckers like in these churches and things, when you hand them something, aren't those handouts? Or maybe you looking at it different. How are you looking? Because they didn't work for it. Shit, they became rich off of curses that they threw at you. You see? They became rich off of the curses that they threw at you. You see? But at the same time, they say he's speaking foul language or he's using a lot of curse words. But they're not listening to their politicians. They're not listening to the politicians. They're not listening to to the preachers, to the representatives in their community. They're not listening to these beings. You see, that's cursing them. But they say a person like myself use foul language. You see? Listen, I say the same 2 words all the time, and I put expressions to them. You see? You pay attention. You see? All the time. You see? All the time. You see, it's a heavy world out here, man. It's thick. It's thick. I just did a little walk around the block. You see? I'm just trying to put you up on something, man. I know it was in fragments and things. I'm not like everybody. I'm not here to teach you nothing. I'm here to just talk to you. And hopefully you'll grab something or if something ignited in you, something little that ignited in you. That's my purpose. You see, that's my purpose. I'm not here to try to, what they say, trying to be a leader to somebody. I ain't trying to be a leader to no motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? You see? I want you to lead your damn self so you can lead your essence and your spirit up that motherfucking mountain, man, that's calling you. That's what I want you to do. Lead yourself up there. But in order to lead yourself up there, you're going to have to know yourself. And if you don't know yourself, you see, if you don't know yourself, you're just going to be a student of man all your days. Your children going to be students of man. And this will forever be your heaven. All this shit will be your heaven. You see, you will always have this as your heaven. You see, and you'll create and you'll do people just like those that came before you. You see, those that came before you. Everybody talking about what they're doing now, but you go back in the past, you can see us doing the same thing to people, even our own. I mean, you see what I'm saying? It's the same thing, man. You see, all because of these things people writing down and shit. You see, what if you don't write down something? What if you don't write shit down? That motherfucker over there, he gonna think of something that you ain't never ever thought about in your life. Something just so magnificent will come out of that person's mind. You see, because he's free to think. He's free to think. He's free to breathe inside of that thought. He's free. You see? In a minute. Yeah.